Alright guys, I'm in my car right now. Like I said, it's not real late, but it is after dark. So hopefully this light's going to be enough to do this. I wanted to quick show you the issue that I'm having with my stereo right now. So let's go ahead and bring that up. Obviously, looks like it's probably a little too bright for the camera right now. It does have a slow load time. It's an older model. Good God. I wonder if I can do this without the door being open. Alright, so it comes up. I automatically got videos playing. Let me go ahead and turn it down. So, it's the buttons are kind of hard to push for the volume. It does work, but also because I got it from a friend, if I come over here, it wants to sign, of course it's not wanting to do it right now, but it tries to sign into his email account. And the only reason why I haven't changed it is because I'll lose Sidekick. He paid for it. There it is right there. So I tried to sign into his account, but because I don't have his password, I'm not going to sign into it. And if I make a new account, it's going to get rid of my Sidekick. So I'm not doing that one right there. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll back it out. And then, yeah, we'll get to installing. As I said, this is not really in there too well, and I think I just popped something down. What is this? Oh, that was the volume button that came off. Making a liar out of me because it wasn't coming out as easy. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull this to the side. I'm actually going to cut this off. It looks like it's still pretty dark. Hopefully this will come through. So, as I said before, let me pick this up. Let's see, hopefully it'll autofocus. This is the way the navigation is plugged into this one. So it's a little bit different. This is actually how it looks for the Wi-Fi on the other one. Just this little brass thing here. I don't know if that's too close and it just don't... Ah, see? So, the navigation I have looks like this right here. Just screws on. That's kind of the way the Wi-Fi signal is on the new one. If it'll focus. Let me see. Is the autofocus on? It is. Alright, so, and then this, where's it at? This is the way the Wi-Fi works on this one. It's got a USB dongle. Hopefully, let me see. Let me use my hand for contrast. So it's got this USB dongle for the Wi-Fi. So I'm going to keep this because it does work. And we'll see how it might work with the other one. So we'll go ahead and remove this and set it to the side. Now this is what I was saying, like my factory Audi unit, it has an amp in the trunk, so these are needed. It doesn't look like I'm using all of them. Oh yeah, here they are. Okay, so there's the other two right there. So I needed all four just for my factory Audi unit because there's an amp in the trunk for the Bose system. Holy shakes. That's why I call myself Shakes McGee. And then of course I needed this one right here for the subwoofer, which I have as a Y adapter going to the amp right here. And this is just a garbled mess. So we'll just start unplugging things and hope for the best. Alright, and then I do have my amp wires right here. I don't remember how they're run. I think I had to run this one for the factory Audi amp, and then this one goes to my main amp right here. But as you can see, it's nicely shrink wrapped. I think I did solder it, so I don't want to mess with this. I'm hoping that this part of the wiring harness will plug into the new one. So let's see. Hopefully the main harness is the same. Oh man, it's not. I don't think it is. Now that I'm thinking of it, because the new harness, the remote wire for the amp, is separate from this harness. Alright, so that's the main deal. So, literally, it is different. It's a heck of a lot different. So this is the old style, and I don't even know if this is actually an Xtrons. My buddy said it was. And I'm not actually seeing the Xtrons name on it, so I don't think this is actually Xtrons. So, yeah, I think this is just a brand, like a no-name brand, that might be the reason why it failed. So, I'm going to get this off, transfer it over to this, and see what we can do. Also, let's compare. Physical height is about the same. Alright, so let me set this up and we'll get it ready. Okay guys, before I throw all this stuff back in here, I just wanted to take a quick second to show you what I've done. Obviously I've got my RCAs hooked up. And what I've done, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'll try to use my hand for contrast. This is the original heat shrink solder connection that I used to have. I went ahead and cut it upstream towards the radio a little bit, and I just did a twist connect with electrical tape for right now. I'll take it over to my buddy's house to do the soldering and heat shrinking tomorrow, because I don't have a solder gun, but he does, so I'll get that done tomorrow properly. Also, on the main harness, I just basically isolated the constant power, the ignition source, the regular ground, the illumination, so that I can try to get the thing to dim a little bit. And then I got this pink one, which is the parking brake safety switch. This basically, you're supposed to hook up to your parking brake so that if the parking brake isn't set, you can't view video. But I didn't want that, so I wanted to be able to view videos, because I actually download music videos to play my music, so I wanted to be able to play videos while I'm driving, even though I don't watch it. Maybe my passengers might. So all you do is just hook that to a ground. So I just basically ran it into the same ground as my main ground. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you, and the reason why I was concerned with getting a low profile version of this, like a little bit smaller version, is the mounting depth. If you go in here, the climate control system is right there. So I don't really have that much to play with. I'm going to tuck as many of these wires out of the way as possible so that I could try to fit it in. But I still have a feeling I'm not going to be able to get this nice flush look that I have right here. I'm probably going to have it poking out a little bit to get it to fit. So that sucks. But we'll see what happens. Anyways, I'm going to get this installed. I'll bring you right back when it's ready to play. Alright guys, I got the radio installed. Luckily, I did actually, let me see if I could do this right. I'm using my other phone as a flashlight here. So, I was actually able to get it fairly flush along here. Unfortunately, I did have to take a Dremel and kind of buzz this out a little bit on this part. And as you can see, this right here, I tried to use a mounting screw and it was too long, so I started to do that. I'm going to have to end up sanding that down and repainting it, because that's got to come out. I want to take this trim off and just like clean this edge up right here a little bit. But honestly, this is actually fitting pretty good. I still have the little protective film on there. I went ahead and pulled up the thing here. It's trying to watch it on the TV because I'm connected to my Wi-Fi at the house. So I pulled up no copyright sounds. That way I can play without potentially getting a copyright strike. So as you can see, plays just fine. Got your things right there. This is my YouTube account that I'm playing it on. It's actually pretty cool. It's got all the stuff right there. And it's actually fairly fairly decent. Of course, it's going to play an ad. Alright, so it's fairly well, like, it works pretty good. Let me go up a little bit. From what I understand, some of the people have complained that the home button is too close to the power button, and sometimes you end up turning it off. Let's go ahead and hit the home button. As you can see, pretty damn fluid movements. God, I hope that's not doing... There we go. Turn that down a little bit. It does pretty fair as far as flipping over. I am one of them people that I like to have a custom background on the back, so I'm hoping that I could potentially take some of these apps, or maybe add another home button. Like, you got all this stuff. I mean, it does pretty well. I'm hoping that you could add like another home page and set it as a home page, because I like to have my screen clean instead of having all these apps on it. But I don't know if it came with any preloaded music. It doesn't appear that it has. The other one down there came with a preloaded video from Sistar, so some K-pop. This one apparently doesn't. You got your video deal right here. There's nothing actually on it. Went ahead and started, getting my updates and stuff for apps. I might install Cygic on here, but I'm probably going to have to buy it. It's part of the reason why I didn't actually add my own account to the other one, because it had Cygic on it from my buddies, so I was using his. It does have steering wheel controls, but I don't think I have the proper plug. I saw another plug under the dashboard, and I didn't have the proper plug for it, so I didn't hook it up. So that might be one thing I have to do. There's your wheel controls right there. Hell, it's got a calculator, some app installers, DVD. That's what I wanted to do. It took me forever to find a DVD, because I haven't been using CDs or DVDs for the longest time. And I hope this one even plays, because it's totally scratched up. I still haven't even tried it. So let's go ahead. See if the CD player works. I got the day after tomorrow. And I'm not going to blame the stereo for this if it doesn't work, because the DVD is pretty scratched up and a little bit dirty, so it might not even be reading it. But it does apparently work. Let's see. I don't know if it's supposed to... Okay, so it says no disc. So I guess it's not wanting to play it. As you can see, it's extremely scratched up. There's like some trash over here. I don't know that I have any good... Wow, you can see right through it. I don't know if I have any good CDs, so I can't even try that. I'm going to have to read the book, because if you come into here, on my other one, you can come down here, and somewhere in here there was a place to be able to add your own splash screen and stuff. I can't find it right now, because if you go in a car, you got, you can change the color for the lights. Like if I turn on the lights, it should, yeah, it turns that on, because I got the illumination actually hooked up. So I went ahead and hit it red. It probably looks orange on here, but so that's turning that on. There's your steering wheel keys. I guess you can set them. Amplifier. It's got an amplifier here, but it also has it right there on the little speaker button. That's what it pulls up on. Right now I'm just leaving it completely flat. I have my subwoofer turned all the way down, because it hits pretty hard. I do have the loudness on right now. You got your fader right here. I just set it to neutral. Under extra settings. Oh wait, okay, you got navigation. Still haven't quite started to mess with this right now. I guess you can come over here, what is it, GPS monitor, and that shows you where you're at. I went ahead and mounted my GPS sensor right there. And then, so I guess that's kind of showing about where you're at, how fast you're going, bearings, all that stuff. And I guess that's the signal. So it's not, I don't know if you can even see it. Let me see. Alright, so I don't know if you can even see it, but it's kind of going like that a little bit. Like, it's weird if I put my hand in there, I can see it, but under driving settings, you could switch it to watch video on. So I guess that's a setting that I didn't even have to do that one thing. You can block notifications while driving, network settings for app while driving. Under extra settings, you can shut it down with a delay when the switch is turned off, so it auto sleeps. You can allow to play music automatically when a USB or SD is inserted. There's an SD reader right here. And you can reverse the X mirror. So I guess like when you have the rear view camera going, you can reverse it. So I guess it looks left or right or whatever. And then you can restore factory settings. So I'm going to have to look and see if I can find a way to change the splash screens. Let me see if I can power it off real quick. Alright. And then you power it back on. Oh, well, it just comes right back on. So it's fairly good. And that might be why it doesn't have the thing for the splash screen. Let's go to here. I'll turn off the ignition. Let it go to sleep. Now, I don't know how long you have to let it sit before you actually power it back on. You know, because right now I guess it's in sleep mode. But now that it's there, if I stick the key back in the ignition and turn it back on, this is how long it takes to come back on. It might be a little bit longer after it's set for a few hours, and then it might go through the whole splash screen setup and all that stuff. So I'll have to update you on that a little bit later in a different video. But hopefully that's not too blurred out. Let's see. I can bring, I mean, I don't even have the brightness. I mean, it's almost all the way down. It's crazy. So, whoa, okay, that's like an auto brightness. All right. Menu, overview, amplifier, settings. Oh, okay, so these are all the apps that you open. Okay. You can just shut them down. So this is a lot like my phone. I just got to get used to where all the apps are and stuff. With that being said, that's my unboxing and review of the Xtrons Android 8.0 Double DIN radio. I don't know the model number offhand. I'll put it as the title and in the description, so if you want to check it out and get yourself one, you can do so. I just get off eBay. You could probably get it from the actual Xtrons website if you'd rather do that. But yeah, I like it. It's fairly responsive. I'm going to have to do some real-world testing for a little while to see how it compares to other Android radios I've had. I've had some pretty bad luck with them in the past just because I think I've been getting non-name brands from China. But, you know, that's what my buddy's been ordering, and I've just basically been getting his hand-me-downs when he upgrades. So, this is my first full-on, I bought it, brand new radio that I've done for Android, and I got the actual name brand this time. So, hopefully it does well, and I'll keep you posted and let you know if I have any problems. And with that being said, have a good day. Peace.